Thank you very much for coming back. If you're a returning viewer and if you're new to the channel, well, welcome. This is Celebrity Signings. This is the June edition, so a recap or a run through of all the autographs that I've received during the month of June 2019. We'll crack straight on and hope you enjoy. So the first autographs I got back were actually a via venue success. Took about a month and a half. I'm pretty sure the show's finished now, but it was sent to the USA, and it was from the actress Ruth Wilson, probably best known for things like Luther and The Affair. She sent her 3 images, which he signed in return. This one here, which I love, I think is a brilliant picture from the series Affair, and she signed it, Carl, all the best, Ruth Wilson. She's also signed and returned this black and white shot as well, and again she's put Carl, all the best, Ruth Wilson, and this one which she's just signed, which is the same actually, because it's probably one of my favourite images, so it would be nice to have this dedicated. But really pleased with all 3 of these returns. It's interesting to note how different her signature is from a couple of years ago when I actually wrote to her previously and got a return back. This is her autograph now, so it's sort of an R with a bit of a squiggly line. But if I show you what her autograph looked like previously, you can see here this is the autograph I had from her previously, so it's a lot more sort of fully written out now, whereas now you're pretty much just getting the R and the squiggle at the end. So obviously her autograph is changing slightly. I guess more famous she becomes, the more people who are requesting it. But still, all the same, really pleased to have got this back as a reply from Ruth Wilson. Next autograph I got is actually a purchase from Louise Jameson, probably best known obviously as Leela from the series Doctor Who, and she was one of the Doctor's companions for a number of years. I actually wrote to Louise via her website as I wanted a signed picture, but unfortunately I had an email from her, I guess her PA or the person that ran her website, saying unfortunately the image I was after wasn't available, so she's actually signed a different picture for me, and this is the one I got. So the one I requested wasn't available, but she signed this one, and you can see at the bottom it says, "To Carl, love, Louise Jameson." But she also included a second image as well, which wasn't one I requested, and she signed this one and put this in as well. I guess, you know, as a sort of an apology, in a way of an apology, I guess, that the one I ordered wasn't available. She signed this one, "To Carl, Louise Jameson." And she also very kindly put a note in, as you can see here: "Carl, I'm afraid I've run out of the image you requested. Have sent one similar, plus an extra. Please let me know if this doesn't work for you. Love, Louise." Which I thought was really, really nice of her. Didn't have to do that at all. Obviously this one isn't a Doctor Who image, it's a sort of a more of a modern image of her, but obviously this one's quite nice. I like this image from Doctor Who, so happy with that. And yeah, really nice purchase. And if you want to purchase one yourself, the link to her website is available on my website, so the link is down below in the description, so do follow through if you'd like to go and have a little look and buy one for yourself. Next autograph I received was another via venue request, this time from Jack McBrayer, probably best known for his role in 30 Rock, but also in Wreck-It Ralph as well, does the voice of a character in Wreck-It Ralph. I sent this one via venue, didn't know if he'd return it. The show's finished now, but this came out, I don't know, probably a couple of weeks after the show finished, I think. And he signed and returned it here: "To Carl, all the best, Jack McBrayer." So yeah, really pleased with that. Obviously, I'm trying to build up my sort of American stars responses as much as I can. So getting them via venue is often the best way to do that. So yeah, very pleased with that Jack McBrayer response. Next autograph I got is actually from Anita Dobson and the legend that is Mr. Brian May, obviously, you know, sort of guitarist in the rock band Queen. I've written to Brian before via the Anita Dobson website. She has her own website, fan club. I actually wrote to Brian May via that and didn't get a response. This time around I sort of changed my tack slightly and actually sent this image, which has got Anita and Brian in it. I wrote directly to Anita, but in the letter I wrote, I said how much of an admirer I was of her husband, loved his music, loved Queen, etc, etc. And when I got my reply back, not only had Anita signed it, but as you can see there, Brian also signed it as well. So it was a really nice and, if slightly crafty way to get a response from Brian, the legend that is Brian May. And I got this compliment slip back as well from Anita Dobson saying, "Dear Carl, photo signed as requested. Love, Anita." So yeah, really, really pleased with that. You know, it's nice to get a reply from Anita Dobson, but I'll be perfectly honest, it was Brian May I really wanted. So I'm very, very happy with that signed return from the legend that is Mr. Brian May. Next up is somebody probably not that well known. I would have thought it's an actress by the name of Charlie Clive. Pretty much the only thing she's done at the moment is a series called Pure that was on Channel 4 in the UK. It was a very, very funny and very surreal series about a woman who had an issue, whereas she constantly saw graphic sexual images every time she looked at people. So she'd start looking at people and she'd be imagining them stripping off and doing all sorts of very naughty things. But it was a very, very funny series, and she was brilliant in it. So I sent her a couple of images. It took about 4 months to get back, so it took a while to get a reply. But she signed this one, which is a promotional image from Pure. You can see it got a bit crinkled in the post, unfortunately. The lumps and bumps at the top of it are actually on the picture. It got a little bit crumpled in the post, but she signed that one, Charlie Clive. She's also signed this, which is a still from the series Pure as well, and she popped a little note in for me, which is nice. Says, "Dear Carl, hope these find you well. Thanks for your kind letter. All the best, Charlie." So that's really nice, and yeah, that's one from Charlie Clive from the series Pure. Next up was another Via Venue request. Loads of Via Venue returns in June, which is quite bizarre. From the incredible Alex Kingston, my first reply from Alex Kingston, probably almost certainly best known. I mean, she was in Arrow, she's in ER, that kind of stuff, but for me, best known as River Song from the series Doctor Who. I sent her this promotional image, which I absolutely love, and you can see she's signed to the left-hand side there, Alex Kingston. I also sent her this picture. Which it doesn't seem to be working at the moment for some reason. There we go. This picture of her with Peter Capaldi, and that says Alex Kingston as well. It's a little bit clearer, obviously, on the picture itself, where she's written black on black over Peter's top there, but never mind, on the picture it looks very nice. So yeah, this one here, which is a really nice image of her and Peter Capaldi, and this one here from I think her sort of stint as River Song during the Matt Smith period, and that's 2 replies from the incredible Alex Kingston. In fact, my first replies from Alex Kingston, who plays River Song. Next autograph I got, this was a resend to somebody I've already sent to before, is Sue Jones Davis, who's best known as playing Judith in the absolutely fantastic and hilariously funny Monty Python's Life of Brian. She plays Judith, who's the character there over to the right hand side. Obviously, pretty much the only main female character, probably pretty much the only female character that isn't played by a male in the film Monty Python's Life of Brian. Have written to her before, but the quality of the picture I sent was a bit low quality, so I sent her this one. But unfortunately, she signed the back of it, which is like one of my absolute sort of, I just drives me potty. She's sent me a lovely message. "Dear Carl, best wishes, Sue Jones Davis," brackets the Welsh tart, which I absolutely love. But I would have liked for it to have been signed on the front, preferably above her character's head. So I have resent to her again. I've slightly adjusted the image this time, left a nice blank bit at the bottom, and asked if it's possible if she could sign it. So fingers crossed, at some point, probably in the next month, hopefully, there'll be an update on that, and hopefully I'll have another version of this picture from Sue Jones Davis from one of my all-time favourite films, Monty Python's Life of Brian. Moving on, the next autographs I got off from Lauren Drummond, who is an actress probably best known for Holby City, but also Waterloo Road. She was most recently, I think, in the last series of Silent Witness. She was brilliant, very, very brief scene in it, but she was superb in it, so I decided to write to her. Been meaning to write to her for a while, but never got around to it. Took about 4 months, which isn't too bad. I sent her this picture, which is of her character from Holby City, whose name Chantel. I was going to say whose name I can't remember, but I can actually see it on her badge there. So she played the character Chantel, who was lovely in Holby City, great character, and this, which was a promotional headshot as well, and she signed both of those. All my love, Lauren Drummond. So yeah, really pleased to get those back. Nice addition, and not too bad a turnaround in 4 months. So yeah, very happy with those. Next autographs I got, another Via Venue request. Did say I got lots of these. This is from Anton Lesser, who is probably best known as played the character Qyburn in Game of Thrones. He was recently on stage in a fairly short run of a play, and I decided to take the chance to write to him. I sent him 2 pictures from Game of Thrones. This one here, you can see the signature looks a little bit faded. He signed it in gold pen. It actually looks okay on the actual picture itself, but it hasn't come out particularly great here. But I really like this one, so he signed and dedicated to Carl with best wishes, Anton Lesser. And obviously this is from that sort of famous walk of shame scene from Cersei, having to walk through King's Landing in the series Game of Thrones. And there's this character Qyburn, who is sort of comforting her at the end. So absolutely chuffed to bits to get these to add to the Game of Thrones bit of my collection. So a really nice return there from Anton Lesser. Nearly at the end now, not too many more to go. Next autographs I got back were from Alexandra Moen, who is from, well, a number of things. She was in Fortitude and Strike Back, but for me she's probably best known as Lucy Saxon, who is the wife of Harold Saxon in the series Doctor Who. Spoiler alert here, if you're not sort of far enough through to get to that point in Doctor Who, then please stop the video now. Otherwise, Harold Saxon, her husband, obviously otherwise better known as the Master, played by John Sim. I sent these to Alexandra a year and a half ago, so it's taken that long to come back. I sent her 2 pictures. This one here, which I absolutely love, obviously of her character there of Lucy Saxon. I'd love to get it signed by John Sim, but he's a little bit hit and miss, so I'm not sure. I probably won't send it, to be honest, considering how long it took to get a reply for in the first place. And she signed this, as you can see here, Alexander Moen. And then I've also sent this one, which I think is from Hotel Babylon. I never watched it myself, but it's a really nice picture of her, so she signed and returned this as well. She's one of these few pictures that I've had back where they've been signed in ballpoint pen, but actually they look really nice, so I'm quite happy she did. So yeah, that one from Hotel Babylon is great, but I really like that one of her as Lucy Saxon from Doctor Who. And yeah, this is it. Finally, the last autograph I got in June. Again, another via venue success from the incredible Gillian Anderson, obviously best known as Agent Scully from The X-Files, and most recently probably in the series Sex Education, obviously filmed around Wales, so in my neck of the woods. She's been in theatre a few times, and I've never written to her because I didn't realise she actually replied, so I found out last time she did, so I sent a couple of pictures off. She signed in return 1, which I'm really pleased about, and it's this sort of headshot of her, Mulder and Scully in the X-Files. Interestingly, a few people said that she doesn't like to sign X-Files stuff, so I was really surprised after I found out. After I'd posted it, I thought, well, I'd lost my chance, but nope, she did. She sent it back and signed it. You can see there it says Gillian Anderson, so yeah, really, really nice reply from her, and definitely if she's on stage again at any point in the future, I will be writing to her again. And that's it for this month. So that's June in a nutshell. Hope you enjoyed the video. Hope you enjoyed the returns. I certainly did. I thought there were some great returns this month, and I've already started to get a few interesting bits and pieces in for July. So hopefully you'll stay tuned and come back in towards the end of July to watch that video. If you haven't watched my last video that came out during the middle of June, it'd be lovely if you could watch it and give me some feedback on it. In my spare time, as you probably know, I'm a film and TV extra or SA supporting artist, and I did a video showcasing some of the stuff that I've been in over the years. So if you fancy watching that, go to my list of videos. It's the last one that came out before this one. I'd love to hear what you think. But that's it. Thank you very much for watching. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. I love reading your comments. I genuinely do. It's really nice to hear that people are enjoying the videos. It makes a big difference. Makes it all worthwhile. So thank you very much, and I will see you again next month. Cheers all. Take care. Bye-bye.